hang on a minute. Maybe that one. That's fantastic. Right, now, okay, so I'm back. We're here. Now, I am looking for Feyi. So would that be this one? No previews, request, because it'd be in your broadcast. Allow viewers to send you a request to join your broadcast. Yes. And add viewers. Yeah. So I'm looking for Feyi Ventures, invite. I'm ready, I'm waiting. So yeah, one person. Okay, so is that Feyi? Hi everyone, we are having a real challenge today with connecting Feyi. It's the second time I'm having a go at, or we are having a go. Actually, it's not the second time, it's probably about the fourth or fifth time that we've tried. We're trying being the word because we're not making it happen, to have a live interview with Feyi Ventures from the Busy Mums Workouts. So she's a phenomenal woman actually, and this is what I'd love to have an interview with her. We're still not connected, we're still not making this thing happen. So you know what, maybe today, yeah, I don't know how to invite her because I've already invited her to come. Add viewers, no visit. Try sharing your live video with friends or in group to build an audience. Feyi, approve. Bring Feyi onto camera. Add. Oh, God. Adding. Yes, please. Come on. Make it happen.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, we did it.
Am I supposed to turn sideways? Or should I start it off in landscape in the first place? Or is it this is going to come out? You can't turn your phone while live. Oh, what a shame.
Oh,
Gosh,
I
never
can see if
mind.
I can do mine. Yeah, is
Yeah,
that better?
yours is fine. Yours is fine. It's looking good. It's looking good.
Oh,
So
let's give
we've
ourselves a
done
round.
it.
First of all, let's give ourselves a round of applause for our
Woo!
effort. I was so happy my phone dropped because I was just ecstatic.
This is really crazy.
Oh,
This is madness.
persistence
Madness,
pays
madness, madness.
off. What did you
Oh,
learn from the whole experience?
what we learned from the whole, well, what I learned from the whole experience is don't give up. Don't give up. And you know what? Just as I was going to say, okay, let's call it a day, because we've tried every single thing. I've pressed every button. I've twisted, turned, been in every single thing, up and down and back and forth, and embarrassed myself because I'm waffling on. And it's like, you know what? Now that's it. Just then, I saw the little figure come up and saying, adding Feyi. And I thought, yes! Oh my God.
You
Oh,
see,
wow.
you know what? What you just said, Jennifer, is exactly how it is for us in life. Just when
Yep.
you're about to get your breakthrough is when people tend to give up. So
Yeah,
you have hit the nail
absolutely.
on the head. You said that you tried this and you tried that and you went this way, and just as you were about to say, I'm calling it quits, it
Yeah,
happened. And that is the
absolutely.
same, that is really the same for many of us. And
Yeah,
working on my mindset, I've realized that is actually that is the key. It's the not giving up part that we don't focus enough on. So I am so
absolutely.
proud of you. Woo!
I'm actually honored and proud of you for hanging in there, because other people would have said, well, you know, she's not got her act together. I don't want to be part of this. I'll disappear. But you
Not
stood there
at
every
all.
step of the way. No grumping, no griping. Just say, okay, Jen, let's fight this, work this way. And I'm saying, Faye, let's try this. And we just work together until we get to this
That's
point. And
it.
I'm thinking,
And
so
and
thank you. Thank you.
no,
Thank
you
you.
deserve it. And you know what? That is one of the reasons why I love, I wanted to come on and be part of the BU group, because I love what you do. You are real and you are authentic. And that is what it's about. I don't, we have to think about what we're doing and why we're doing what we do. We want to
Yeah.
encourage and inspire others, and we
Yeah.
do that by the example we set. So if I had
Yes.
said, okay, Jennifer, well, I'm short on time now, so bye.
Yeah.
As much as you would say that, yes, it was your fault, you would still have a little thing in your mind saying that, well, she says that she wants to help, but she didn't really help me. But
Yeah.
you wanted to quit, and it was me that kept saying, no, I'm available. You kept saying to
Yeah.
me, how long have you got? And I've got
Yeah.
lots of time. I've got all day.
Yeah, yeah. No, fantastic. Because the thing is, I didn't want to be wasting your time. You know, if
Not
you've got things to do. I don't. I
no.
mean, I've got plenty of time, so let's keep going. So, if anybody's watching on the replay, because I think this is going to be a fantastic replay. If you've gotten to this point, because when I started the live, it was like a lot of me faffing about, and if you kept
Yes.
watching, you're going to have a really a great gift, because we're going to have a lovely interview right now, because
Yes.
Feyi is one amazing, astonishing, fantastic woman. From the time we connected, I think the best thing to do right now is to actually introduce ourselves, if anybody's watching anyway.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
my name is Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, and I'm the creator of the group Live Authentic, Learn, Laugh, Live, Love, and Be You. And the whole point of the group is to encourage people, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you're a bit older, you've been through the creating of and in developing all the technology and everything that's been going on, and our children and maybe our children's children are actually taking advantage of it and making
Yes.
money and
Yes.
connecting and making, doing a lot of stuff out there. And we too would like to be able to do that, as
Yes.
well as support each other if you're in a business where you're totally passionate about what you're doing,
Yes.
and you really want to connect with more people and get that support, especially if you're working on your own. It'd be just so
Yes.
great to be part of this group and get the support from each other. And I encourage everyone to, if you've got if you want to do a live interview or live something in the group as well, live broadcast in the group, please come in and, just have share your story in the group. Just,
Yes.
click
Yes.
on live and just share. So I'm going to be doing a series of interviews on a Wednesday afternoon,
Yes.
and the interviews are all about being you, be you, okay? The
Yes.
Be You interview.
Yeah.
And I'm
Perfect topic.
inviting people, yeah, inviting people on who have inspired me, because they are just being real and
Yes.
being themselves and touching people's lives with their business or their projects. Yeah. And Feyi has, like, from the time her daughter, Amazing Angel, who's a motivational
Ooh.
speaker at the age of 9, from the
Yes.
time she made a mistake and called me indirectly, I started a conversation with Feyi and found out all about, well, as much as I can about her background, but she's got an astonishing story to tell. So what I've
Oh,
done with these interviews, are all going to be very sort of casual, conversational, and just finding out more about my guests and
yes.
what they do to touch and change the world and leave the
That's
world in a better place than we found it. So
yes. That's our aim.
with enough of me waffling on, I'm introducing Feyi Ventures. She's the founder of Busy Mums Workouts. Okay, now, and she's absolutely amazing. So Feyi,
Oh,
just say a little bit about what you do and who you do it for,
oh
and
my
then I
goodness.
can maybe ask you some more profound questions about
Yes,
how
what do
you're
I do?
inspired.
Oh, first of all, I'm a fitness and health coach. So I motivate, inspire you, encourage you not to use the fact that you are a busy mum and that you don't have time on your hands to not take care of yourself. Because I'm a mum of 4 kids, I'm a busy, I juggle, as you said, a work, my daughter being a motivational speaker, my children, my son, football, my other kids, and of course my business, Busy Mum Workouts. And obviously this is not my first business, actually. This would be now my second business. So yes,
Okay,
yes, so that's
so
what I
fantastic.
do. Oh,
So
and I
so
forgot to mention my moonlighting business that I do on the offside. I provide, I work as a fitness expert for the show, the Chrissy B Show on Sky Channel 203 as well. That's what I
fantastic. I was
moonlight.
gonna, yeah. And when's that broadcast?
That is broadcast on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 p.m.
Fabulous. So how did you get just bear with me one second. See, this is all really authentic. I've got an appointment and I'm going to have to ask for another 30 minutes on here at least to be able to get to to be able to get
I
to that.
love
So how did
this.
you
I
actually
really
get
love
your
this.
it's crazy. How did you actually get your gig on the TV?
Oh, wow. That is amazing story behind that. That came about from my experience of, well, just can I tell you a little bit of a backstory about me and then tell you about
Yeah,
that
yeah,
gig?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
then wonderful. So the backstory is that about, I think, in 2013, I lost my home and became a homeless mother of 3 kids. And I found myself living in a hostel with my children in one room. And then at that most broken point of my life, I just knew that I needed to start doing something to change my life. I was already working behind the scenes doing that, running a
hmm
dance business, because my husband had left and walked out of the
yeah.
marriage about 3 years before. So
Okay,
so he'd walked out the marriage 3 years before,
okay.
and now 3 years later, I was now homeless because I was just juggling everything on my own, and it was really, really difficult. But when I got
hmm
to that place where I was living in the hostel and I was at my lowest, it was actually the best thing that had ever happened, because the
Yeah.
thing that I'd been afraid of, which was, oh my God, I'm managing on my own, I'm going to lose my home, happened.
hmm
So the
Yeah.
only thing now left was for
Is
me
to go
to
up.
go out, to pick up and start again and create this new life, in which is what I've been doing ever since. And so
Fantastic.
I got rehoused, I moved into a home, and the first thing I did when I walked through that home, because my mindset had started to change, I looked at this white wall. Everything else in the room was like a complete mess, but this one white wall was beautiful and perfect, and I thought, that could be like the backdrop for an exercise, and
Okay.
like a studio. And so I found myself doing exercises in front of this white wall, and
Okay.
yeah, posted up one on Facebook, no, not Facebook, YouTube,
Okay.
as just this one video. And my sister called me and she was like, yeah, that's really good, make sure you're doing more. She was that kind of person that used to kick me up the backside. And then lo and behold, I said, yeah, you're right, I'm going to try and create my own DVD. And then
hmm
I reached out to a company, several companies, but these were like one of the top companies, and they were like, wow, we love your energy and your personality, let's work together. And that was when
Okay.
I now created my own DVD. And you can grab my DVD for me, the Bootylicious Workout, which is
Oh my
on my
gosh.
mantelpiece. Yes, my bookcase. I'm just going to show you. So for those ladies who want to turn up their booties, their abs, which is your tummy, and your
Yeah.
butt. So here you go. Look. Woo!
Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done, you. Well
Thank
done. I mean,
you.
this is the thing. This is the thing that there's always a point at which there is no further way where to go down,
Yes,
and you have to
yes,
do something to come up. And that's the point when you have to get creative. You
yes,
get to this like, okay, so what can I actually do? I mean, you
yeah,
pray or you meditate or whatever you do, and and something comes. You just have to be open
yes,
and just say
yes,
surrender. I surrender. I've struggled on my own enough. I just need to
yes.
surrender and just get some kind of download to do the next thing
You're
that's gonna
totally right,
help
Jennifer. And as
develop.
well as getting
Yeah.
that download, you need to act on it. Exactly what you said. You need to act on it and take those little
Yes.
baby steps, like what we did today.
Yeah.
This is our baby step. For you, this is your first step to doing a live, having your guest on the show with
Yeah.
you. And then
Yeah.
next time you're going to be like such a pro. You're going to be so seasoned, and everyone's going to be looking at you and say, oh my God, I want to be on Jennifer's show.
Absolutely. That's it. But the thing is, unless you actually take that first step, unless because if I kept delaying it or putting it off, it will never
Yes,
get perfected. Yeah, we're never
yes.
going to be perfect anyway. So you might as well
And
just do it. And my thing is good enough. Get it out there and tweak it.
oh,
And just
love
tweak it
it.
as you go along. Yeah, just tweak
Love
it as you
that.
go along but it has to be good enough in the first place. It has to be some kind of level of goodness, yeah.
That's
And
right.
then you get it out there. Yeah, and this is what I'm doing at the moment in terms of my. I've got a book I've written several books, but this one particular book is called 5 Red Hot Reasons Not to Go Get a Job. So the first,
Woo!
I've rewritten it twice, and there was something that wasn't quite right about it, and I'm thinking it's not saying what I want it to say. It's really not saying what
Wow.
it's okay. But now that I've got this group going, I've got my masterclass going, and now this book
Excellent.
is going to be in alignment with what I'm actually doing with my business at the moment. So
And
yeah, it's tweaking
fantastic.
it, get it out there, get it out there, get it and tweak it. So yeah, I'm going to
Exactly.
rewrite it, and with all the nice juicy new stuff in it, and put it out as a freebie on my website. So
Oh,
that'd
I
be
can't
fantastic.
wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for that book, and I can't wait to actually hold it in my hand physically and actually have a signed copy from you, and then, put it up on
Yeah.
my conversations, the F word conversations with Faye, and mention it on there and let
Oh,
everybody
fantastic.
else. Yeah. And have you
So
as a guest on my show.
when are your conversations with Faye? When do they run?
They run every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. GMT time, as my
Okay.
daughter likes to say. GMT time, mummy. And I
Yeah.
always say to her, yeah, that's GMT time plus 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5 afterwards, because mummy's trying to use Facebook and learn when to go live.
I think we're all in that position. I think sometimes it takes a bit of patience, because sometimes I look at people's lives and they're fiddling and trying to set it up, and it's like, oh, I'll come back for the replay kind of thing. Whereas
Yes,
really, if
yes,
I just spend another couple of minutes, like we say, another couple of minutes, and we can get straight into the live and see the broadcast. So
exactly.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
we live in a world where we're so instant, so we don't like waiting, and
yeah,
if we don't see that host looking all groomed and together, we're like, ugh. But you know what? You're missing out on a lot of things if you're waiting for something to be perfect. Just like you said
yeah,
before, if you're
yeah,
waiting for your book to be perfect, and or you to be perfect in terms of the setup,
yeah,
maybe background, some
yeah,
lighting, some
yeah.
music, then
Yeah,
this conversation, your show would never be, would never
yeah,
happen.
it's not going to happen, because it's like, okay, there'll always be another, or maybe a better backdrop and better music and better
That's
light.
right.
No, let's just make it happen, because really what's the most important thing is the content. So,
Yes.
Faye, being an expert on this live thing, okay, I'm supposed to invite people, and there's some buttons at the bottom here. What am
Yes.
I pressing?
So if
So,
you see a button there where it says a button that has a person that looks like a person, click
yeah.
on that, and that should allow you to invite people. If you click on that button, it should give you names of people, and then blue line or blue saying invite next to that, like a list of
Ah,
people. Yes.
okay.
So click
Oh my
invite on
gosh.
everybody down that list. Don't worry about whether they want to be invited or not. Just invite them.
Okay. Oh, you're so bad.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh,
It's
I'm picking some people
fantastic.
here. All right, so
Oh,
it's a limited list. Is that done now? Is that like, or
yeah,
just
unlimited. Just invite, keep inviting. And as well, there might be some people that off the top of your head, so you can just scroll through to their alphabet. But generally, I always tend to invite my friends that have been tuning in first. So because
yeah,
obviously they would like you. It's nice to have support, isn't it? It's nice to have your
yes, yes,
tribe.
yes,
It's nice
yeah,
to have people that care about you and have already, have an idea of what you're about, to join your
right,
conversation, and your show. So you can scroll straight through for those. Or if you think, well, you know what, I might just invite people because I'm starting out, then just invite people. And generally, if they want to come in, they'll come in. And if they don't want to come in, then they won't
yeah,
come in.
yeah, fantastic, fantastic,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
And
so I'm
one thing
learning
I've noticed as well, oh,
so
no,
much.
no problem. And one thing I've noticed as well, I've not got a manual. I don't
Yeah,
claim to be an expert, but what I've done is trial and error, just as you and I are doing right now. And
yeah,
you're
yeah,
going to learn your own voice. You're going to learn what works for you. And, there are people out there that like, social media strategists and things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are like me, and I feel like we are the same, we want to learn. We're the kind of people that want to get our hands dirty.
yeah,
So you can
yeah. Just get in there and make it happen. And
make
I'm
it
always
happen.
one of my top values is knowledge. If I don't
Yes,
know enough, I just go off and find out how to do it, kind of thing.
that's
And
it.
it really worries me that I don't know. And sometimes that can be that can be a hindrance, because it
Yes.
sometimes stops me from actually just acting. without, but it's like I have to know the next level, because quality is also one of my values as well, and I
Yes,
want
same
everything to be
here.
like just right and perfect and
Yes,
everything. But
yes,
sometimes I
yes.
just got to break through that and say, hey, you know what, next time I grow, yeah, yeah.
And what
So
what you can do is exactly what you just said, because I'm exactly the same as you. You can what you can do is that value system, use that as the basis to make sure that the next one is better. Because what you can do is, I'm not going to let the idea of perfectionism stop me, but what I will do is my value system of having it be a good quality, something I would be proud of. Because look at you, you've got this amazing book that you've written, and it's because you didn't feel that you were proud of it. That's why you didn't bring it out. It wasn't really that it wasn't going to meet people's needs, and it wasn't going to because it wasn't going to help anyone. You have your value system, and it had to match up with that. It had to be to a place where you were satisfied and happy with your achievements and accomplishments with that book.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And one of the things in the book, which is which gone back over, is the freedom. The freedom element was missing from the book, and it's like,
Yes,
well,
yes,
now I see that, and I can go back and write it. So
that's
not a
right.
problem with that at all. So fantastic. And I do have a values tool that I used to use with my masterclass, with all my coaching clients. Anyway, we work through this
Fantastic.
value comparison thing, and we end up with like the top core values that we align our project with, whatever we're doing, the
Yes,
business, the project, the relationship, whatever it is, we
yes.
align our values with that, and it works every time. So
And it
Faye,
does.
Faye. Faye, we're going to have to do this again. I'd love to do it again in maybe a couple of months' time, when I've got it
Fantastic.
really sort of on the Be Live platform, where I can invite people in more, because you can have up to 10 people in the lobby, in the green room, and people can
Wow.
request to come and be on, so we can have a three-way, so that me and you, and we can have
Fantastic.
another guest on as well. So right, so let me think. Have I got some questions for you? Okay. Right, so what's your big why? So going forward now, okay, so
Yes,
you've been through the low side of things. You've been,
yes.
you know, climbing up the ladder. You're being successful on the TV. You've got your workouts going on. I mean, what's your next level? Where are you going? And what's your why? Two questions.
Yes, wow, that's amazing. And thank you very much for that. Beautiful. When you said, oh, you're successful on TV, it's really funny that you said that, because when you said about your why, because at the back of my mind, I'm always aiming for more, and you said, oh, you're successful, but in my head, I don't see it as that. I don't see it as, oh, I'm successful. I see it as like I have this bucket list in my head of things that I want to tick off and achieve, and I don't have a deadline. I don't have a date. I'm not like, before I'm 40. It's not before 40 or 50 or anything like that. I'm 40 now, so that ship has sailed. But
Mhm.
I have a bucket list in my head of
But you're
things that
looking
I
good
want
for
to.
your age, girl.
Oh,
You're looking
thank
really good.
you, thank you.
And to have
Exercise.
4 kids as well and not look stressed. Well done, you. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm gonna have to thank two things, two ingredients. First one, God, because you
Hmm.
need to have, with God, you have like a peace, you have an inner peace, and you have a confidence, because you need to have a confidence in something first before
Hmm.
that confidence is transferred into yourself. So first of
Yeah.
all, I have confidence in Him, then that is
Hmm.
transferred into me, and then that comes out. And then, of course, my second is definitely exercise and taking care of yourself. So for
Yeah.
those of you who
Yeah.
haven't started, I am going to keep on going about it. I'm going to keep going on about it. You need to make sure that you start taking care of yourself. Put yourself in the
Fantastic.
equation.
Yeah, yeah. And we do have the technology now. We have so much knowledge around food, nutrition, correct exercise for different
Yes,
types of
yes,
activities and everything. There is absolutely no reason why anybody should be ill, or anybody should be like suffering or in pain or anything like that. The
yes.
trouble is that we buy into fast foods, we buy into sitting at
Yeah,
our computers, we buy into all sorts of different things that, don't motivate us and shift us,
yes.
to the human body is built to move.
That's right.
So we've got to move it and keep it
Yes.
going. So
And I think
yes,
also we buy into it's almost when someone suffers from sleep, sleep apnea, we buy into this almost like a sleep apnea of not taking action.
yeah,
It's like we're asleep and we don't realize that, Well, we do, but it's very small in our head that we forget that for something to happen, you too have to play a part in that thing to
Yes.
happen. So if you
Yeah.
want to, look nicer about
Mm-hmm.
yourself, maybe from the outside in, then you're going to have to go and buy something new clothes to wear. And, so you take action in that respect. But then it's the same for inside in. You need to sort of say, okay, I'm going to ask myself some questions here. What am I
Yeah.
doing that's not helping me? Oh, right, I'm not eating well, or I'm not sleeping well, or I'm not taking time out for myself, even if it's just to rest, 5 minute
Mm-hmm.
walk, maybe to even read a book, because, your mental state is just as important as your physical state.
Oh,
The two go
absolutely.
together.
Absolutely. They work in
Yeah,
tandem with each
they
other.
work in tandem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm a big
So,
believer in that. And so I would say to people that, don't just, when people, I love working with people, and I come from a place of motivation, your mindset. So I mix
mm-hmm.
the two together. So it's fitness, but your mind is what is going to help you overcome those setbacks, or those negative voices, or those, you know, challenges, or what's the word I'm looking for? Those things in your head that you've used and said, what's the word?
The monkey mind
Yes,
chatter.
monkey
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind
Yeah.
chatter that you've said to yourself. Because I'll be honest with you, you said to me about success, and I'm very glad that you used that word. Before I started doing my lives, I realized that I was afraid of success. I I worked out
I've been
in
there.
me.
I've been there. I've been there
Yeah,
with that fear of success. Yeah,
yes,
yeah, because yeah. Just to interrupt you, because I totally get where you're coming from. For
yeah,
me, it was because I've been there already, and I was successful in the past, but the success came at a price. It was like
yes,
overwhelm and pressure, and it was like just so too much, and it was a
yeah,
fear of going back to that point after I'd
that's
lost
right.
everything. It was like fear of going back to that successful. Oh my gosh! But this time round, it's like I don't need to have that pressure anymore because everything is
That's right.
planned. There's
Yes,
support. There's a different mindset.
yes,
So the success story now is more like, yeah, I'm welcoming it, and it's going to be a breeze. It's
yes,
going to be
yes,
easier. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
So
And
so
I think,
your fear of success was
yes, exactly what you just said. And I think as well, what's happened is, as well, you need to identify what success looks like or means to you. Because,
yes,
you can have an idea of what success is. Someone else would
yeah,
say, oh my God, my idea of success is to have a big house, 5 cars in the drive, and,
mhm,
and £1 million in the bank. But somebody else's idea of success, which for me is to be a great example to my children, a great role model for
absolutely,
them,
yeah,
give them the tools to know that they can achieve anything as long as they put their mind to it. That is
yeah,
success to me, because I've been at that place where I used to be fearful and doubted myself, second guessed myself, and now I'm in a different place. So to me, oh, we're back
hang on,
on. Yes.
yeah, yeah, really.
So
Yeah,
this is success. So this is
yeah,
success to me.
yeah. Well,
And then
this is yeah. This is the point because it's like your show isn't like on every concession in the world, like an Oprah
yes.
Winfrey type of thing, but you've actually achieved something amazing, and that is the success. Like you're
Oh,
broadcasting to a lot of people who really need to have your input and show what you can do and how to do it, especially with mums. I mean, I don't know how you manage with the 4 children on your own and doing your do. It's incredible. And your kids are just so amazing and inspirational themselves.
they are.
They've
They're
got like
lovely
this
kids.
mindset themselves and really sort of, nothing's impossible. They're so
Yes.
well behaved and everything's on point. So well done you.
Oh, thank you so
Fantastic.
much, so much. Thank you so much. And I really hope that people listening to both of us can take something from what we're saying and say, you know what, if they can do it, or if they can have these conversations, then I can do it. Exactly what you just said is taking something and working with that something, taking
Yes,
the little that you have and
yes,
turning it into something else. And like in
yeah,
the Bible, you had the woman that had, nothing. And the prophet
yeah,
said to her, go and bring me, vessels, borrow them if you need to. And then he poured
yeah,
just a little bottle of oil, and then it just
yeah,
kept on going, and it kept on going. And so that is
yeah,
really what it's about. Take that little that you have,
yes,
look at it, and don't look at it as if it's small. Look at it and say, right, where shall I start with this? And that's the
yes.
key.
Absolutely. So obviously
Yeah.
going back down to basics. And I think that's part of preventing the overwhelm as well, you know, because
Yes.
a lot of people think, oh, well, one question I want to ask you in terms of being you, when you started out, were you tempted to, or were you encouraged to look at other people's business models, other people who are doing what you're doing and
Mm.
copy them or use them as a role model and just copy what they're doing? Or were you like always doing your thing?
It's very funny that you said that because myself and my daughter, Amazing Angel, she seems to want to have an attribute like me. She's got this attribute. When I was growing up as a child, I hated people copying me. It drove me mad, you know. I love to be like myself, and if I
Yes.
saw someone copying me, I'd go ballistic, you know. But as an adult, I've had to learn that, you know what, the people will copy you. And when I ran my first business, it was difficult. I found it still very hard because I still had that in me. I was still very much like, stop copying me, stop copying me. And people
Yeah,
were
yeah,
taking
yeah.
my ideas and running away with it and doing it. But I think the reason why I had that issue was because I wasn't actually really confident in myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And I believe
yeah.
that when you become confident in yourself, you don't see it as someone copying you. You see it as now, which now I see it more as, oh, I'm a leader. I'm
Yes,
inspiring. I'm
yes,
empowering. So that's
yeah.
great, you know. If somebody
It's
wants to go and, you know, do a conversation and start a live show the way I've started a live show, great, you know. And what I do is, you know, when you say, do I look at people? I don't look at people to copy. I actually look at people to support them and to see them mirror me. So in other words,
yeah,
when you look in a mirror, what you see looking back at you is your reflection. So
yeah,
when I'm
yeah,
looking at someone, I'm actually looking at someone that reflects me. So in other words, I'm
yes,
looking at someone that reflects what I want for myself. So if you're successful and you have a wonderful live show and I would want that for myself, then I'm looking at you more from that perspective rather than because I want to copy you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you've always been the coming from your point of this is me, I'm not copying anyone, and I'm doing it
Yes.
my way. And yeah,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
And this
Yes.
is an example, a prime example of someone who's like just right from the get-go, like,
Yes.
you know, just doing your own thing and making a
Yes.
success of the whole thing. So
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
And
Yes.
especially
Yes.
being a mum of four as well,
Yeah.
putting that example into those children. I mean, you're sort of spreading that mindset with four other people as well who are going to take that out into the world,
Yes, yes,
let
yes,
alone the people that you're talking to and touching, you know,
yes,
in terms of your
yes,
clients and things like that as well. So
yes,
that's amazingly brilliant.
yes. And I
Really
love the way you
fantastic.
said that because my children, you know, when they were young, I used to take them to football, and they were the only, my daughters were the only girl in football, only girls in the football um, lessons.
Team.
And then
Yeah.
they used to say, "But mummy, I'm the only one." I said, "Yeah, it's good because it's good to learn how what you like. Do you like coming?" They were like, "Yeah," and I was
Yeah.
like, "There you go. So just keep on doing it because you like doing it." And then
Exactly.
when I had my fourth child, when my son was born, I became a football coach. I went and got qualified as a football coach, so I can
Oh my
coach
gosh.
kids football. So I had
Well done.
my baby was 8 weeks old, and I went onto the football pitch and I started coaching my son's football team. And
Wow.
everyone was looking at me like, first of all, she's, you know, a woman, and secondly, she's a black woman, and she's coaching
Uh-huh.
football, you know. And you know, I believe that when you role model for kids, it's not just through words, it's through actions. And so
Yes. Yeah.
therefore I have to act it out because that's the only way they're going to understand it.
Yeah, yeah. The kids will do what you do more than what you say. You know, because
Yes.
knowing my kids, it was like, well, you could tell them to kingdom come, but they will somehow copy your behavior. And you think, how come you know, what are you doing? Oh, well, you do it, mommy. You know?
And I always say that when I'm telling them off, I always use that. I go, "What do you?" When I'm telling them off, I go and they do something naughty, and I go, "Okay, what you just did? Do you see mummy do that? Have you ever seen mummy?" And they go, "No," and I go, "So why are you doing it?"
Oh God. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. Okay, Faye, this has been absolutely brilliant. We've managed to get this going, and I'd love to invite you back in a couple of months and see my improvements on these live things.
oh,
And
you're going to be fantastic.
yeah, I am. It is going to be amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
looking to have some more amazing guests to come back on, and you know,
All
talk
right.
about them being themselves and being successful as being themselves, and bring their
Yes.
expertise as well. So, in
Yes.
terms of, if there's one tip, one advice that you want to impart to the people who are watching this interview right now?
I would say to start with what you've got. Like I said before, take that little thing that you've got and just say to yourself, what can I do with this now? So if you when I was a single parent and my husband had just walked out of the marriage, the business idea came within months of him leaving, because I was always asking myself, what do I do? What am I good at? What am I, and it doesn't have to be something that you're necessarily good at, but it might be just something that you like. So you might just say, well, I like being around kids.
There we go.
Don't always be afraid, and let go of fear. So if you are a person that is anxious, you are frightened, and you live in doubt, do everything you can to work on it. Don't ignore it, because sometimes we ignore it. We're like, oh, I'm afraid, but I'm going to ignore it. Don't ignore it. Admit that you're afraid, and then start working on the fact that you're afraid. Start working on, chip away at it little by little every day, which is what we're doing, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And as an EFT practitioner as well, I help people move from fear to love. That's my whole program, and everything that I do is all about moving people from fear to love. And one in relationships, in your business, it's moving from that place where you cannot move and you can't do anything, to loving yourself, loving the world, loving the planet. And it's so easy once you get to that point, and everything is love. So when you get into that flow, that's what I help people to do. So that's
it's wonderful. And I'll have to say that we feel the love. I feel the love from you when I'm posting and the comments, and Angel feels the love from you. The first time I had that conversation, we were just like, oh, she's so wonderful, and your phone wasn't working, and you were still so lovely and took time to talk to us. We were like, oh, she's so great.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, that's one of my the top value on my chart is unconditional love.
Yes.
It's just so much easier to love everybody than to, be jealous and fearful and everything. And I'm pretty lazy, so loving people is easy. So
it's easy. It's easy. And one more tip I would say to people is, don't lose yourself. Despite like what we just said about love, that's your nature. So don't lose yourself as you're trying to make a business, as you're trying to grow successful, as you're trying to inspire. Don't lose yourself. Still be you, as we said.
Absolutely. And on that note, we shall be ourselves, and we shall, end the show. My arms aching now. Okay. So if we have any viewers on the replay, please share this video, share this live, make some comments. We'll go back in afterwards and, answer your comments and everything. If you've got any questions about anything that we've spoken about, please leave a comment, and we'll go back in and just, say what we need to say and share some love. And if you would love to invite some more people into the group, Live Authentic, Learn, Laugh, Live, Love, and Be You. That's what the group's all about. So invite as many people as you would like to come on. Do your Facebook Live if you want to. Share your posts, share your inspiration, support people if there's anybody's got any problems or any challenges. Put the challenges out, and somebody in the group might be able to help you. I'm going to start a promotion day. I think I'll do a promo Friday where everybody I'll start a thread, and you can post your events and your websites, and do some self-promotion, big it up yourself on the Friday, and just keep it nice and tidy on one day so we can find what we're looking for. If people just come in and do things randomly, it can start looking a bit messy, and we can't get to the real core messages that people are trying to post. So just Friday's promotion, rest of the time support, and advice, but lives, whatever you want to do, please come and help and support the group, and send lots of loves, lots of likes, and whatever is on.
Which is what I'm doing right now. I'm sending you lots of loves.
Oh, fantastic! I can't see them. I don't know. I can't see any comments. I can't. I don't know. This is just a weird platform, because I normally do it on the laptop. But doing it on the phone is a bit more like, oh, what's this button and what's that button?
I know, that was how I was, like fingers everywhere, fingers every 2 seconds.
Yeah. Anyway, so you can be found on, do you have a website?
Yes, I do. It's Busy Mum, so it's www.busymumworkouts.com. And obviously,
Fantastic.
you can reach out for me on Facebook, Busy Mum Workouts, which is my Facebook page. And then they can
Yep.
reach out to me on my own personal page or timeline, which I'm known as Feyi Ventures. And of course, on Instagram as well, Busy Mum Workouts.
Fantastic, and I'm sure loads of people who want to ask you some questions and
I hope so.
get in touch with you as well, and
Oh,
your amazing Angel and your beautiful kids as well. So I'm looking
yes,
forward to having amazing Angel as an interview guest in the future because she's phenomenal
yes,
as well.
she is. She's got some great things coming up soon.
Fabulous. Okay, so picking up myself now in terms if you want to get a hold of Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, it's Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte.com. Go to the website. There is actually a freebie on there at the moment all about how to do EFT to get your own to attract your own desires. That's going to come down soon because I'm going to be putting up the new one, new freebie ebook, which I'm going to be ending up publishing at some point. The 5 red hot reasons not to go get a job.
I love
And
that.
obviously,
Great title.
and my page is just my name as well. Everywhere you look, just put my name in, and you'll find me on Instagram, mainly on Instagram and Facebook, and LinkedIn if you want to try and find me on LinkedIn as well. And my 6-week masterclass, the second one, we finished the first one yesterday. It was phenomenal. The group, the people in the group were really sort of blown away with the insights that they got from being in the masterclass.
Amazing.
They can now take that to any avenue of their life and move forward with that.
Yeah.
The next one is starting on the 13th of March. The deadline for the discount is on the 7th of March, and that's another 6 weeks from the 13th of March as well. And I'm really looking forward to a really active and vibrant group of people to come on that course to really change their life and ignite their brilliance and be the best version of themselves going forward. So yeah.
Yes.
So enough of the promotion, enough of everything. Thank you so much, Faye. Thank you for persevering
You're
and getting to the
welcome.
end, and your support during this as well. So I'm really honoured that you wanted to come on and you stuck out with me as well. So thanks very much.
No, you
And I
did
will
a
see
great
you.
job.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.
I loved
And
it.
you
Thank
too.
you for having me as a guest. Thank you for having me as a guest.
No problem. Okay, got to. Okay, my darling. I'll see you soon. Bye,
Take
everyone.
care. Bye.
Bye. Bye.